Miss Liz. Tea time, yeah, making a difference. One cup at a time. Tea time. So be sure to grab your tea, grab a seat, and tune in to Miss Liz. Tea time, making a difference. One cup at a time. Tea time, yeah. Tea time, time.
Well, welcome back. It is afternoon tea time. That's right. We were here this morning with Jack. Now we're here with Ayanna. And oh my goodness, it's update time. That's right. She was on season 3 and she's back on season 4. So we got a good show coming your way today. Ayanna is an incredible young lady, and she is one of my top favorite tea times of all 4 seasons. So it is an honor to have her in the house and get some incredible updates. We were talking in the background, and there's so many updates that are coming. So grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your glass of water, grab your favorite choice of beverage because you don't need to drink tea to have tea time with Miss Liz. So we're going to do the disclaimer, the bios, and all that good stuff. And then we're going to get her in here and we're going to spill a good, strong TEA. And we're going to bring some awareness to autism and autistic and all of that good stuff. We really need to get some information and some awareness out there so we can make a difference for each and every one of you out there. So the disclaimer for Miss Liz's live tea time live shows. Miss Liz, myself, is going live using StreamYard. Before leaving a comment, please grant StreamYard permission to see your name at StreamYard.com. Please be advised that the content brought forward for any tea time show hosted by myself, Miss Liz, is always brought forward in good faith. However, it may bring forward dialogues and opinions that are not representative of my platform. The facts and information are perceived to be accurate at the given time of airing. All tea time guests and audience participants are responsible for using their good judgment in taking any action that may relate to the discussion. The content brought forward may include discussions for some where they may be emotionally at risk. It is significant to know that this show is engaging in discussion forums only to offer and inspire awareness and connection and is not providing therapeutical advice. If you have any questions about the disclaimer or the panelist discussion, you may freely contact me, Miss Liz, through my email at bookingmissliz@gmail.com. Moving forward, should you choose to voluntarily participate in this show in any aspect, I myself, Miss Liz, welcomes you. And should you find that the show is not made for you at this time, I respect that and we'll see you at a later show at a later date and time. And again, all tea times this year for 2023 are on Thursday, unless it's a rescheduled tea time, and then it'll be Monday or Tuesday. So now let me get Ayanna's bio going, and then we're going to get her in here and we're going to spill some strong tea and we're going to talk about autism and her personal story. Ayanna, aka Phenomenal Autistic, an autism advocate advocating for Black autistic to gain proper resources and visible raise in Westchester County, New York. Along with being autistic, she has survived over 300 seizures, lives, and lives with chronic illness, not lies, lives with chronic illness, has 4 autoimmune diseases, but she doesn't let that stop her from spreading her message of self-love, joy, equality, diversity, inclusion, and autism acceptance through the arts. She's an autism advocate, children's book illustrated. She has some good news on new books that came out. So it's not 22 books anymore, it's 23. The creator of 4 coloring books for girls of color. and she also is a designer. She's a lover of performing arts, a theater kid, honored at the United Nations, was given a proclamation making April 26th Ayanna's Day in Westchester County, New York. Plus, she has some good news on that as well. So there's lots of updates coming. So let's get her in here. And she's a former choreographer. I can't say that word. My tongue here work seen on BET, ABC Family, Maury Povich Show, and the Apollo Theater, trained over 100 students. Now let's get her in here and let's get talking about some autism.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
It is so nice to see you
Nice to
again.
see you
It's
too.
a pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. So let's just get right into it. We got updates. We got lots of updates. So what do we got?
What do you want to hear about first?
Let's go with the book.
Okay, the latest book that I illustrated is called Avery and Avi Go to Grandma's House. The author's name is Shayla Selby Reeves, and her book was inspired by her grandmother and her son's relationship, and her niece and her son go to the grandma's house and they just do different activities, and it's about just family time and the love between a grandmother and her grandchildren. So that's the latest book that I illustrated, and it came out in February.
So it's on Amazon, right?
Yes, on Amazon.
So, and I noticed something this morning when I went on the website. You have merchandise. Do you want to
Yes,
talk
we
about that?
have. Yep, we have phenomenally autistic merch now. If you go to my link tree, linktree.com/phenomenally autistic, we have t-shirts. We'll be adding more stuff soon, but we just started with the t-shirts that I always have on, like in all my pictures, because people were asking me, and I was kind of just like ignoring them, but I finally put them up.
This is what I love about you. You're like, no, I'll get to it later. I'll do it when I'm
Well, I
ready.
just wasn't really like paying them any mind. I would just look like these are my shirts, but we just finally was like, okay,
So, and I was putting it out there that you got a proclamation for Iana Day, but you also received a new one. So, do you want
yes,
to talk about that one?
sure. I just got another proclamation on Monday, another one in Westchester County. So now I have 2 days. I was sick for the first ceremony, so I don't know if the day was Monday or the day was the day of the first when I was supposed to get the proclamation, so I have to check. But it was basically for the same thing, for my work in the arts and for my advocacy. So now I have two proclamations.
Well, that is awesome. So, you have two
Thank
special
you.
days. That
Yes.
is awesome. And you have a health update for us. So, let's hear
Yes.
that.
I hit a milestone of 1 year seizure free.
That is awesome. That
Yeah,
is
that's
so
that's my
awesome.
favorite. That's my
So
favorite update.
that is that is my favorite too. Like, congratulations. One
Thank
whole
you.
year without any. That
Yes.
is awesome. That is
Finally.
the best update, right?
Yes.
Like,
Nothing can
well,
top
that is
that.
good, right? So now let's get into your story. You were on season 3. So what has changed since season 3 for you?
What has changed? I've spoken to a lot more people about being autistic. I've heard a lot of other people's story about them being autistic. I've met a lot of other Black autistic women. I've met a lot of Black autistic families. Um, I've seen some progress in Black women getting diagnosed as being autistic, and even Black women being diagnosed with ADHD or having both autism and ADHD. So it's been a long 2 years.
So there's different types of diagnosis for autism. You're diagnosed with aut, autistic, right? You're autistic.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that the
autistic.
spectrum that you're on? So what's the
Yeah,
difference? What's the difference?
there's really not. It's just really just autism. Years back, there was Asperger's, which was supposed to be like people with lower care needs, but that doesn't exist anymore. You can't get an official diagnosis for that. So it's really is just autism now. There's really not really anything else, but there are other neurodiversities, like I said, like ADHD. That's a different type of neurodiversity.
So today I want to really bring awareness, and we talked about this on season three, Ayanna. Uh, we talked about the color, being not diagnosed. The Black community is having more of a struggle getting their diagnosis. Could you share a little bit on why that's happening?
Um, well, the average age that children are usually diagnosed as autistic is 18 months. Black children are usually diagnosed about 3 years later than their white peers, if they're even diagnosed at all. Um, I believe it's because a black child and a white child can have the same things going on, but they'll usually look at the black kid and just be like, "Oh, they're just a little bad little kid," and so then they overlook these traits and these problems that they're having because they just label them bad. Just like with black women, they just label us as having like an attitude, or they just say like, "Oh, they're misdiagnosis," and be like, "Oh, she's bipolar." So they like we don't get the grace that other people get, and black children don't get the grace that white children get. So a lot of it is, systemic racism.
So, what age were you diagnosed?
Ooh, my dad's not here. I don't know how old I was, but it was late. I wasn't a teenager. I was a full blown adult, and I'm a millennial, so it wasn't like I had to go through my teenage years and a lot of most of my adult years undiagnosed, just like with people asking what's wrong with her, why is she like that, why is she so quiet, why doesn't she speak back when we speak to her. So it was very very long and very strange and difficult.
So, how did you feel once you were diagnosed?
It it was a mixture of feelings. I was relieved, but I also was like, I don't want to be autistic. I was like, autistic people are crazy, because I didn't really know anything about autism, and I had never met an autistic person. I had always seen things about autism that were negative, and I had only seen things about white autistic people, white autistic men to be exact. So I have this team of doctors sitting down with me and my dad saying, your black daughter is autistic. So I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't want to be autistic. So I had a negative reaction, but then when I thought about it and accepted it, I had a positive reaction, because then I was like, okay, well, let's embrace this so you can live your life and love yourself.
So, how many Black African women out there are bringing awareness?
I don't know an exact number for that, but I've seen a lot of women starting to speak about their experience about being neurodivergent. Some of them are self-diagnosed, some of them have official diagnosis, some of them are on a journey of trying to get diagnosed. They don't exactly know if they're autistic or if they have ADHD or if they have both. So, but I'm seeing more people um, bringing awareness to the struggle of trying to just get the diagnosis itself.
So, how do you feel about being an advocate?
Um, I enjoy it, but sometimes I need a break from it.
And that's
um,
why I asked you the question, because you know what? When we're advocates, everyone thinks, oh, it's just do, 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 do. And I'm just like, slow down.
I wrote an article for Autism Acceptance Month. It came out in 2021, but it was republished a few times, and I had a lot of like backlash from white men. Like some of them were like, look at this black woman making things about herself. Like black women are always making things about themselves, and One of them was like, I lost brain cells reading this, and one of them was being sarcastic, which was weird because a lot of autistic people, we don't understand sarcasm. So when I read it, I was like, huh? He was like, oops, I almost forgot about you. So it was like so many, like, some backlash from it, but it was more positive feedback than negative. But still, the negative can get to you. But the article was just titled "This Autism Acceptance Month. Don't forget about Black autistic women," and that just set so many people off. So while I enjoy it and I have a passion for it, sometimes I do need a break.
Yeah, and I think it's really important, for all of the listeners out there and that will watch the replay later. Sometimes we need a break. We want to bring that awareness out so much, but it's tiring, it's draining, you know, because then it becomes focus of our lives, right?
Yeah,
And
and
then we're
also
just like, go ahead,
people
dear.
people don't actually sometimes listen to us because we've been saying like awareness is great, and a lot of people still do say awareness, but what we are striving for now more is acceptance, because we've had, because it's actually Autism Acceptance Month now. So we still have like big companies spreading misinformation, which is so harmful. So that is exhausting. So sometimes you just need a break from like all the exhaustion, because it's hard to go like use your small platform. Like, I don't have a big platform, so to try to use your small voice, which still matters, against some big company with millions of followers who's spreading the wrong information and like working with companies that are harmful, it's hard and it's exhausting. So sometimes you just need a break. You need to step back. You need to unplug. So
Yeah. Well, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, because there are a lot of people that put information out that is harmful, and it does put us back a couple steps, when you're trying to open those doors and open services and awareness. And I like the word acceptance. I really like that because, we use the word awareness a lot, but acceptance of who we are
yeah,
as individuals.
I'm like, okay, you guys are aware that we're here. We get it, but we want to be accepted.
I like the way you put that, right? Like, hello, we are here. Like,
You're
we
aware.
know
We
who
get
we
it. You're
are.
aware. We get it. No, let's work on acceptance now.
And I really like that. I talked to you about your diagnosis. Now, how do you feel about people being diagnosed at a late age? We were talking in the back before we went live, and you said you just found out about a 54-year-old getting diagnosed. How do you feel about that?
I'm happy that they were able to get diagnosed, but it's also very sad because going through your life not knowing why you're different, it's hard and it's challenging because people are always looking at you like, why are you like that? And you have no answer for them. And it's kind of like the system failed you because you go to school, you go to the doctors, um, so many different like authority figures just looked at you and you just kind of like fell through the cracks. So it's very sad.
Yeah. I want to talk to you. You were mentioning about this article and the feedback that we get, and we were talking about this before we went live about the TikTok. Because we are both on TikTok, and we both
TikTok is
have
getting on my nerves.
right. TikTok is mixed feelings for Miss Liz too, because it seems like anything that brings acceptance or awareness or any kind of information that is good is being targeted and being removed.
Absolutely.
Um, so I want to talk to you about how do you feel about that?
Well, you're right. They are targeting people. They're known for targeting like autistic accounts and neurodivergent accounts, banning the accounts completely. I logged in one day and all of my videos were gone, and I was like, okay. So they made me appeal each video, and then they still only put like half of the freaking videos back up. And when we emailed them, they were like, "We don't talk to lawyers," and I was like, "What?" Like, I they're psychopaths. And um, then now every time I post a video, it's under review, And even now, like some of my older videos are still being removed. So I realized that it's because I'm tagging, the hashtags autism, autistic, neurodivergent, neurodiversity, like anything related to autism or neurodiversities are getting flagged. And it just makes me really angry because, they promote like there was a trend of men like who like abused their wives and they were bragging about it and it was going viral. And there was the trend of the white boys in the black face with the big red lips, like the minstrel shows. And that was going viral. You have children dying. A little boy just died from the Benadryl challenge that went viral. So I'm like, you're letting these videos go viral, but you're taking down videos of us just trying to speak about our experiences with being autistic or the other types of neurodiversity. So um that's my problem with TikTok. Then the other side of it though is I get to interact with other people who are neurodivergent, and that's really like the only place besides Instagram where I get to connect with people who are like me. So it's like a love hate relationship.
That's how I feel too. I'm just like, seriously, this is gonna save someone's life. This is gonna get somebody to go and ask those questions or go and see those doctors. And you're taking that down, but you're leaving something up, like you said, like the Benadryl challenge and all that. Like we really need to start paying attention to what is being really put on social media, and not just TikTok. All social media platforms they seem to be targeting anything that brings any form of acceptance, any form of awareness, any form of, education. It just seems like everyone that is bringing out something that will make a difference being targeted and taken away. Um, but I really want to thank you because your TikToks are really truly inspiring and they do
Thank
make a
you.
difference. And I did see on your TikToks that you were doing some designs. You were making some clothes
Yeah.
or purses or
I've
earrings.
actually been this month on the 25th is actually my 10th year anniversary that I've officially have been doing my designs. I People just didn't know that I was doing it because I don't post about it like on my advocacy pages. And it's funny because a lot of people are always like, you should do this and you should do that. And I'm like, I did that already.
You just don't know about it. Yeah, because I seen you deliver. I think it was a handbag on one of your shows.
Oh, to Tabitha Brown.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
gorgeous. And the earrings. So do you create your earrings because you have amazing earrings?
Some of them I do make, and some of them I buy. Like these, I bought. There's a store that's like here in Mount Vernon in New York, and I love them, and they love me. And I go there every week, and I buy tons of earrings. I need to stop because you should see all the earrings that I have. So like I'm making them and I'm buying them. So it's just like earring overload. I don't need any more. It's terrible.
Well, I know when you were on season 3, you were saying that you would buy sets, and if one set had something that the other set didn't have, you would add
Yeah,
them and play with them,
sometimes
right?
sometimes I buy earrings and I take them apart and then I like piece them back together the way I want. And there's also there's a wonderful woman, the name of her company is Glam It, and she makes me a lot of beautiful earrings. Like some of my photo shoots, she did the earrings custom to like exactly match the outfits. I would just send her what I was gonna wear, and she just matched it perfectly. I don't know how she does it, but so those are like I buy them, I make them, or she makes them. So
And I remember when you were on season 3, you talked about matching the
yeah,
clothes, matching the earrings. So what
yeah.
is it about
Sometimes I
matching?
either match like perfectly or I don't match at all. So there's no in between with me.
It's all or nothing, right? You get a little bit or you get nothing.
Yeah. One day I didn't match at all. I was taking my nephew out to the store to get a toy, and I didn't match at all. I had like tie dye and stripes on, and I just looked a hot mess. But the guy in the store was like, "Oh my god, I love your outfit," and I was like, "Really?" Because I look a mess. But yeah, it's either I match or I don't match, and I look a mess.
So, Ayana, you gave me the word tenacity for
Yeah.
your one word to describe yourself. Why that word?
I chose tenacity, tenacious because um I I try my best to keep pushing forward through like whatever curveballs life decides to throw at me, and to not give up, because I've tried to give up in the past, but I have not been successful. Thank God. And just to keep moving forward and try to stay positive and um to the best of my ability, not turn anything into a negative situation, even if it's not a good situation, to just try to see the good. And the most important, to just keep going and not give up.
So when you gave me the favorite color, do you remember which favorite color is?
It's purple.
Why is it purple?
Purple is my favorite color because it represents royalty, and it's a very spiritual color. And that's been my favorite color since I was a little girl. I just love purple. Some people think my favorite color is pink, but that's if I had to choose a second favorite color, then it would be pink. But purple is at the top. Way up
So
here.
why pink?
Um, because I used to be like a tomboy, but then I became like the total opposite. So I really like wearing pink, and just because it's a girly girl color, it does. I don't have no deep meaning on why I like pink like I do for purple. I just like it.
Yeah. So pink is just a second favorite like.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
purple is like purple's got a meaning, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So if I give you the letters TEA, what words are you going to give me this time for your
Well, of
T?
course, I'm going to give you tenacity for the T. E. This is tough. E. I don't know. E. I'm stuck. My brain's a
Ah,
little scrambled.
I don't know.
E.
I see elevation in you. Like you've
Really?
elevated. But yeah, like since the
Yeah, I
last scene,
kind of have,
you're
but
just
I
like
think
boom,
because
boom,
since it's me, I don't see it. So, I mean, I see it, but you don't look at yourself the way others look at you. But I'll take it. I'll take
I'll take
elevation.
it. I'll take it. It's mine.
Okay. A. Anxious.
Why anxious for?
Because I have anxiety 24 hours a day. But most autistic people do.
Yeah,
But if I have to choose a more positive word, I choose amazing.
amazing. Okay, now give me why you picked amazing.
Because I think that um, despite all the challenges that people with disabilities have, we can still do amazing things.
Absolutely. And you have done amazing things. So if anybody
Thank
wants to
you.
know more about Ayanna, just go and check her out. Check out their TikTok. Even though the videos are coming and some of them are down, there's still a lot of amazing content there. So you
Yeah,
can
I
check it
tried to
out.
re-upload the ones I have backed up. So if you see like a re-upload, it's because it got taken down, and I'm gonna be like, you're not gonna keep it down, and I just put it back up.
I like that attitude. You're not keeping it down, right?
You're not gonna
You know,
bully me.
and there's also other platforms. So if you take it down, I'll get it onto another platform.
Yeah, I have YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, so Facebook.
So you're on Instagram. So how do you feel about Instagram?
Instagram doesn't bother me. Like as far as like posting, I'm not really on it that much because it's a little bit overwhelming with all of the changes that they've made. So I'm not really there that much. Like I get on there and I post my stuff, and but I feel terrible because I don't really scroll. I just get on and post my stuff and I get off. And then I go back to try to thank everyone and reply to everyone. But they don't bother me. They let me post what I want to post. It seems like it gets pushed into the algorithm. So I don't really have anything bad to say about Instagram except they need to stop adding stuff. It's like 10 apps in one. So it's a little bit
Right?
confusing now.
Yeah, I'm even confused with Instagram. There's too much at once. You're
So
just learning
it's just a
something and
little
then they're changing
overstimulating.
it, right? So when you get overstimulated, what do you do?
I read, I meditate, I draw, sometimes I paint.
So, have you painted anything lately?
Well, I'm about to paint a pair of jeans.
When you were in season 3, you were painting something too, weren't you? Painting clothes on season 3?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, see, there's a reason for it. You're always painting clothes when you come on tea time.
Yeah.
I want to get into the photo shoots. How does that make you feel?
Well, I started doing them because I needed to come back out of a shell I was in. So I started doing them to bring me out of the shell I was in. So I'm almost there.
Yeah, because you've done some really incredible photo shoots.
Thank you.
So, do you have a favorite that you've done?
I like the one when my head was bald.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why?
because it shows that I'm a survivor.
Oh, well, that's really amazing. I would have never expected that one. I would have thought it would have been the purple one where you were really tired and you're like, I'm just doing this. Like, so what would you like people to know about you that I haven't shared so far?
I don't know. Um, I like the Care Bears.
Oh, that's something
um,
new. And
well,
why
it's
the Care Bears?
because they're all different. They all have something special about them. I like Grumpy Bear, even though he's in a bad mood. Well, I don't know if it's a girl or boy. I think they're all non-binary, but I like the Care Bears.
I think that's cool. My favorite is Sunshine. I don't know why I like Sunshine. I just like Sunshine.
And they got all this new stuff coming out. Sometimes that's good and bad because I don't really need to buy anything else of anything ever. But when a new Care Bear comes out, I'm like, I'm buying it. I don't care.
That's mine. I'm taking that.
Yeah, we go somewhere. My dad's like, I already know you're gonna buy it. You're right. I am gonna buy it.
So, how has it been? You're 1 year free of all these seizures. How does that feel?
Like I can take a deep breath, and I don't have to worry about like whoever I'm with. I don't have to worry about them being scared, and I don't have to worry about them being afraid or worried about if they have to take me to the hospital or give me rescue meds. Or for me, it's more about how the people around me feel. It takes the worry off of them. I think like this is probably terrible, but I think I was so used to it that it was just like, okay, whatever. But it feels good to not fall down and bang your face. But for me, it's more about how the people around me feel.
Yeah. Well, you've had over 300 of them. So,
Yeah,
that's a lot. I
yeah.
am so, so happy for you that you
Thank
are
you.
like, that is the best news. Like, that is the best update right there. When people are healthy and people are not, ill anymore, or, the seizures, they got to be stressful. Like you said, like on your family and that. So that's good to know. So you've had 1 year of free, no seizures. So that is amazing. Let's celebrate that, for everyone out there. Like that's a big high five. Like, you know, happy dance kind of thing. So I want to get into the Shopify, the t-shirts. Back to the t-shirts. You said that the t-shirts just went out this morning or last night,
Yes,
and Miss Liz found them.
yes.
So, what do you want the t-shirts to do for you?
I just want people, if they want to feel phenomenal, to just wear it and feel phenomenal.
Now, you say that word phenomenal.
Yes.
Why that word?
Well, people always ask me, like, why am I phenomenally autistic? And I tell them because I needed to convince myself that I was phenomenal when I was diagnosed as autistic because I didn't feel phenomenal. So it was to convince myself that I was phenomenal. So I feel like everybody should feel that way.
Well, and I think that was your word that you gave me for
Yep,
season 3
it
was
was.
phenomenal.
That clip is on my TikTok. They didn't take that video down.
Because you're phenomenal.
Those bastards.
So I want to get into podcasts. We talked about that in the backstage too before we went live because I always talk to the guests before they come in. I try to break the ice and get the sound check, all that good stuff going. So, how do you feel about podcasts?
I like doing them. Like I told you, sometimes I need a break. Like I've kind of been like on a little break. But you know I'm gonna come talk to you. But I enjoy doing them. I like to support especially a podcast from other people who have challenges, and I feel they're a good way to get your message out, and I feel they're a good way for creatives to be able to show their talent. So I enjoy doing podcasts.
So, do you prefer the audio or the video?
It doesn't matter, but I'm a visual learner, so sometimes it's easier for me to see the person like speaking to me. Um, Even if sometimes I may not look at you because of the eye contact thing is
Yeah.
hard for me, it's still easier for me to be able to glance up and see somebody there. But I prefer the video, but I don't mind either.
Well, and I think it makes you see if the person's really engaging with you, right? Having that open conversation. I find with the audio, you don't know if they're like watching TV or, like on the phone playing the game. You don't know if they're really connected with the conversation. And that's why I enjoy the videos. And I always love seeing my guests, you know. Uh, Ayanna, like you're like my top favorite guest, like of all seasons.
You
Like
shouldn't
this girl is
shh,
like the
because
real
what if
deal.
one of your other guests was watching and they're gonna be like, Miss Liz, you had me on your show and you were gonna say somebody else is your favorite. Thank you though.
I truly appreciate and love all of my guests, but Ayana is one of my favorites because she's very straight and authentic, and I love the realness,
I
and
used to get
that's
in
what I
trouble
really
for
love
being
about
so
our tea time.
honest, but I was never trying to be mean. Like not at home, but like at school, I was very honest. Like one day this boy's mom came to our school and this is terrible. I
What
wasn't
did
trying
you
to be
do?
mean. I wasn't trying to be mean. We were in elementary school, and I just asked him, was it his grandma because she had gray hair. So, you know, you associate grandmothers with gray hair back then, anyway. So, he got upset with me, but I didn't even understand why he was upset with me. But my mom was fairly younger than the other mom, so it just wasn't my normal. So, but I did get in trouble. My teacher told me that it was rude, and yeah, I got in trouble a lot for being so blunt and so honest.
Yeah, well, Mrs. gets herself in trouble too for doing that. And I think that's what I love about you, Ayana, is that we have the same similarities. We're really straightforward. We don't sugarcoat anything. It is what it is. This is
But
how we
like,
feel.
but people that know me know that like I never say anything to like be mean.
Yeah.
I really just like am just being honest, or I'm trying to ask a question to really understand what someone's saying, or I'm trying to express myself so you can truly understand what I'm trying to say. So, but some I can understand how it may come across as being rude. Like the only time that you'll really see me like lose my temper is if I'm having a meltdown, then you'll just be like, "Let me get away from her."
So, have you had any meltdowns in the last year?
I'm more of a shutdown person, so I've had some shutdowns, but not really any meltdowns. I'm more of a shutdown person.
So, you shut down.
Yeah.
So, I want to get into what do I have here? I got careers, I got that. Your coloring books. We haven't touched the coloring books yet. So, have you created any new coloring books or
I'm not really
you have?
sure, but the latest one is back in print. Not really sure if it was in print last time we spoke, but it is called We Are Magical and it's on Amazon right now. That is the latest.
And I want to get into you had an honor at the United Nations. You want to share a little
Yeah,
bit about that?
sure. I was honored. I started a dance program, so they basically just honored me for my volunteer work because I was working with about 50 children and an underserved community. So it was for my volunteer work, and um again with the arts, like always.
So what is it about the performing arts that you love?
I love the arts because it lets me escape. And when I didn't know when I was diagnosed, it let me hide. I could hide behind dancing, I could hide behind theater, I can sit somewhere and hide and draw. So it gave me a place to hide, and it gave me, I could belong there. So I felt normal when I'm involved in the arts because
So are you
there's no wrong way to do art.
so are you doing dancing still?
I started training again about a year ago, but I had to stop because I've been a little bit ill lately. Not the stupid seizures, but
Yeah.
the autoimmune stuff hasn't been very friendly. But hopefully it'll leave me alone soon. So I had to stop. So I haven't been active in a few months. So right now I'm really only doing like painting and drawing and clothing and stuff like that. Not really any performing arts.
So do you have any plans for the future with dancing or
Um,
arts,
I haven't
painting?
decided yet. Of course, with the painting and the drawing, I'm putting out two more books, possibly three.
Oh,
Um, one one I'm almost finished with, but I keep changing it, so I don't know when it's gonna be out because I keep changing it. But I'm probably always gonna put books out and always illustrate. So those are definitely always gonna be in my plans. And I'm probably always gonna make clothes too.
so do you like
I'm always gonna
designing?
be an artist.
Right. Well, you like designing, and it's two seasons in a row, like season two and no,
Well,
season three and season four. You've
this is
been
my 10th year, so but I saw this girl I went to school with, and she said it's been longer than that because I remember you used to always be making stuff in school. So I've been an artist forever.
so. What's your favorite piece?
I don't have a favorite. They're
There's
all
no favorite.
special. They all have their own, they're all special in their own way.
So when you hear the word special, what comes to mind?
My family, my friends, people that I love.
So do you have a special song that you're really connected to this year?
Hmm, special song. I love music. This is hard. Um,
Miss Lage, you're being hard on me.
I think I told you this before. I really like "Heal the World" by Michael Jackson because I love Michael Jackson. When he died, I was distraught.
That is a beautiful song. I love that song too. It's one of my favorites too. So you've been on some incredible stages and TV shows and all that. So how was that experience for you? Especially with the large audience, because I know when it's overwhelming, it could be a lot, right?
They were all great experiences. I feel like even though they're considered bigger platforms and bigger stages, it's all the same as the things that are considered smaller platforms and smaller stages. It's all the same to me.
So are you speaking in schools now about autism?
No,
No?
maybe one day,
One day? So that's a plan
maybe.
for the future.
Um, I don't know.
So what has been your favorite show since last season? 'Cause I believe we talked about this the last time. We were talking about your favorite movies and stuff like that.
Abbott Elementary.
Oh, what's that about?
Oh my God, you don't know Abbott Elementary?
No, I don't.
Oh my God, you don't know who Quinta Brunson is?
No. Am I missing something?
Yes.
Oh,
Go
okay, I'll
to
get right on
Hulu.
it.
Write it down. Go to Hulu and write it down right now. Quinta
Okay,
Brunson.
I got my
Just
paper
type
and
her
pen.
name in, and you gotta watch it. You're gonna love Barbara Howard. You're gonna love it.
So what it's about?
It's like a mockery of the Philadelphia public school system. and it's by Quinta Brunson. She stars in it. She writes it. She produces it. You just gotta watch it. I can't do it no justice. You just gotta watch it. Oh my god.
I'm like, whoa, did I miss something? Did I do something
Yes.
wrong? Okay, I get right on it. I will check
Yes,
it
you
out.
did something wrong.
So, what message would you have for everybody out there today?
To just be yourself, even if you're different. It really doesn't matter. That just makes you more special to just remain true to yourself and be yourself. Don't let anybody change you. Don't try to be like anybody else because you were made you for a reason and you were made the way you were for a reason.
So, on season 3, I know we talked about this food. How is the food for you?
Oh, it's terrible. Um, I'm not like big on eating anything. Like I don't like food. Like when I gained weight, it's so frustrating because it's always like medication weight and autoimmune weight. So like I'm not good with texture. I'm not good with smells of foods, and it's just it's frustrating because sometimes I want to try things, but then I'm like I'm not risking having a meltdown over no pasta. So I don't do I
Not
don't do
doing you.
yeah, I don't do well with like foods. Like, mm-mm.
Yeah, because I remember in season 3 we talked about that with the food, the textures, and all of that.
Yeah.
You know,
And then
and
I have tons of food allergies also. So like I'm allergic to like seafood, and a lot of my friends like they love like crab boils, and I'm like I probably wouldn't eat that anyway. um,
I'm
I'm
not doing
allergic.
it. I don't like
I'm
it.
allergic to like everything in the sea. So between the food allergies and the sensitivity to like the textures and stuff, I'm just mm-mm.
Mm-mm, not happening. I want to talk to you about that social media again. We're going back to social media. How do you feel that we can bring acceptance for autism through social media platforms?
I just think that the people who are already doing it, just keep doing what you're doing. I don't feel like we can do any more than what we're already doing. Um, it's gonna take some time for people to open their minds a little bit more and just be more understanding. Um, Sometimes some people will open their minds and some people won't, and there's nothing we can do about it. But I don't feel that we could do any more than what we're already doing.
And how do you feel about advocacy? Do you think we need more of it?
Um, I think everything is okay, but you can always, and I say that way because I think everybody's doing the best that they can, but it won't hurt for more people to jump in the race.
And I want to get into your coloring book that's called We Are Magical. I just feel like that book is calling me today. Like, what is magical about this coloring book? And where did you get the title?
Well, when I first released it, I believe it was in 2017, I didn't see enough brown faces for our brown little beautiful children. So that's why I created it and I called it We Are Magical because we are magical.
So when you hear the word magic, what comes to mind?
Beauty, kindness, resilience, so many things.
See, I like those words for magic because usually when you hear magic, you hear trick, sneaky, all of those kind
No,
of
I
things,
don't do
right? But that's not you. You're the opposite. Yes. So I want to get, we're almost at the hour of our tea time. So what would you like me to get out there for you
that.
with this tea time? Besides our conversation and our open discussion, what else would you like me to get out there?
You asked me a really good question, so I don't have anything else. You
Rissa, you're
always
really hard on me today.
you ask really good questions. You always do.
So, do we see you in season 5?
If you want to.
Like I said, you are
I
one of
mean,
my favorites. You're
I can't be like, you better have me come back on season 5. It's up to you.
well, there's going to be a big anniversary show in season 5, right? We just never know where we're going to be, and
Okay.
maybe
Well,
Miss Liz will be
you
on the
know the
stage.
routine. You just have to email my dad, and they'll email you back.
Mhm. But you never know what the podcast might turn into. It might turn into a live stage and have you face to face and be able to share your story. There's so many incredible things. Uh, I want to go back into the Black African community. How can we get younger girls and boys, because
Oh
it
wait, you
is
can just say
getting
black.
to.
It's okay. It's not like offensive to just say black.
Okay, so black. She gave me permission, guys. I have permission. So from the young lady here, how can we make a difference for the black community?
Be more open minded. Just be a good ally. Because we can never have enough allies. If you notice something, and because sometimes people may not notice that they're overlooking someone else. If you notice that, maybe you can give them a little nudge and let them know that, hey, this kid might need a little bit more help. You can let them know that they may be overlooking them. I feel like allyship is a big help for us, and it can never hurt.
Right? When we start supporting each other, not the colors, but we start supporting each other as brothers and sisters of all nations, we can really make a difference. So I want to get into diversity. What does that word mean to you?
Diversity. It has different meanings for me. Like when I speak about diversity, I'm speaking about disabled people. I'm speaking about Black people. It has different meanings for me. Like we spoke about diversity in TV and film, where I was like, people were saying they saw Rain Man when they learned that I'm autistic. Okay, but I'm not Rain Man. Um, as far as diversity with autistic characters, I haven't really seen that. I feel like I'm watching the same character on every show that has autism coded characters, but maybe one day they'll get better.
Well, and I think by us bringing that awareness and the acceptance, we might be able to change that, right? By getting the voices
Maybe,
out there. You just
maybe.
never know what can happen, right?
Yeah.
Right. The inclusion. What does inclusion mean to you?
Um, to include, I feel like inclusion and diversity go hand in hand because it's really easy to say that you're going to diversify something and just keep saying it, but until you take the step to actually include somebody in something, it's just all talk. So until you reach your hand out and pull somebody in, it really doesn't matter what you say. You have to take action.
I think, and that's really important that we bring that topic to the table, because a lot of people say that they're included, but they're not included. You know, it's
Mhm.
action, character and attitude and changes. How do you feel that do you feel included in society,
No.
and why?
I feel like people will say that they accept me, but they really don't. Um, they just still see me as, the and now they know I'm autistic, so now they just see me as the autistic girl. I have some friendships where they still keep me at arm's length because they think I'm a little bit weird, just because I'm different. So I still don't feel completely accepted, but that doesn't mean that they're not trying. But I don't feel completely accepted.
So how can we change that?
Um, we can't completely do it. People have to be open to it. So everybody has to work together. We can't completely do it. We've spoken about what we need and what we want. We've spoken about who we are. So, the ball's in their court.
And how do you feel about the Autism Day?
Um, Light it up blue.
Yeah. How do you feel
I
about
don't
that?
I don't support Light It Up Blue.
And why
That
why not?
day was that day was made by Autism Speaks, and Autism Speaks is not a organization that is for actually autistic people. Most of the money that is made by them, it doesn't go toward autistic families. It goes toward the people that work for the foundation. Um, they do a lot of exploiting of autistic people. They post the sad stories of the autistic people. They promote therapies that give autistic adults PTSD. So I don't support that day.
Yeah, and I asked you that question because I asked you that question in season 3 as well, because I feel the same way with certain movements and certain days that are given.
Yeah.
I feel that they're not being used for the right reasons.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
it's it's never good when autism speaks is involved. It's always a red flag when ABA therapy is involved. Um, I don't completely blame people who support it because when I first started researching autism, that's what came up. So I thought it was, I'm like, this is great. This is a day for us. And just to find out that it wasn't. So, sometimes you just have to give people a gentle reminder of where it originated from.
Well, and I think we need to get that correct information out there. Like you said right at the beginning of the show, there's so much stuff that's going out that is damaging and harmful. Um, I'm not here to put down any organizations or foundations or anything like that, but there are people that self promote themselves and get to use the green awareness, but they do it in the wrong way. And I feel that a lot of these campaigns and a lot of these days, like Mental Health Day and Autism Day, I feel that those are just one day, but we're actually living with these illnesses and diagnosis for the rest of our lives. So you giving us one day is like an insult,
Yeah, and
so we really got to change that.
you give us the one day and then it's a day that's promoted by like the freaking worst organization for autistic people in history. So it's kind of like an insult.
Yeah. Well, I really want to get that information out there. Like one day is an insult for people that are living with it 365 days. So maybe take that into consider when you're doing these one day campaigns.
I'm
Uh, you
wondering,
know,
do they think that like on the last day of April when we go to sleep and we wake up the next morning that like we're not autistic anymore? I be wondering that sometimes. I'm like, you do know when I go to sleep and I wake up, I'm still gonna be autistic. I just want to know, do you know that?
right? It's like it doesn't go away when that one day is over. And instead of doing the one day campaign, why not do a full year campaign? You know, where we open up resources and really get a difference out there, make a difference, little bit, baby steps. Instead of doing these big, huge events, how about doing 365 smaller events and really make a difference for the whole year? So I really want to thank you, Ayanna, for joining me on Tea Time. And
Thank you
it's
for having me
already been
again.
an hour. Like we are getting so close to the end. And I really want to thank you. So any final words before we wrap up your tea time?
I just want to thank you for having me back. I always have a good conversation with you. You're very open minded and you're very respectful. You're not invasive. And I just want to thank you.
Well, thank you so much. And it was a pleasure. And congratulations again on the 1 year. That
Thank
is the
you.
best update up
Yes,
there. He also got a second, I can't say the word,
proclamation.
proclamation, because I want to do the letters again. I'm doing the letters instead of the pronunciation. And congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
It is really honorable. You really do make a difference.
Thank
So
you
you
so much.
are included in my table and at my house anytime. So again, it was an honor to have you. So we will be back tonight at 7 p.m. for um, mental health and an incredible book by Randy Lee Bowles Laugh. And she'll also be talking about some kickboxing and all of that good stuff. And she's also an advocate for mental health. So we're doing a lot of advocacy today. And we're going to bring a difference and we're going to make a difference. And it was a pleasure having you here. It was awesome, awesome, awesome. I want to thank all the viewers and tuners that have tuned in. Thank you for all your support and love. And just keep sharing these tea times and let's all make a difference. And let's get the awareness out there and get the acceptance. I really like that word acceptance. Let's start getting accepted by who we are as individuals and make a difference one cup of tea at a time. And I will see everybody 7 p.m. for the last tea time of this week's Tea Time with Miss Liz.